Yo, what is up, my Shadow Army? It is I, Shadow Critias, back in with another MHA What If video. So guys, today I bring you guys another What If that involved, well, my MHA OC, Kage Tatsuma, and this is something that I've been really wanting to do for quite a while now. But I had to wait for the commission artwork like you guys literally saw, which is Kage Tatsuma as a Jedi, aka a Jedi Sentinel, lead to this what if scenario. And that is, what if Kage Tatsuma was in Star Wars? And I thought of this really well, and the reason why I didn't want to do this because, well, mainly because MHA crossing over with Star Wars and or having the MHA character exist in the world of Star Wars, but they have their quirks, which doesn't make no fucking sense. I don't know how the fuck that would work. So, basically, I just didn't like the idea. So, for this scenario, there is no quirk exists in Star Wars. And there will be two MHA characters. One of them is Momo. And another one you pretty much will see later on in the future. Basically, this will be part 1. And I will include the Legends EU continuity and also canon material into this, so basically mix them into one. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And to give you guys a bit of a rundown of Kage, so I'm going to give you guys his origin before we get to the actual story. So Kage Tatsuma was born on the home planet of Corellia, and also a son to the Jedi Masters. Two Jedi Masters, Yoshikage and Yoko Tatsuma, aka that you guys know, Ryuko, the dragon hero herself, but in this scenario, doesn't have a power. So basically, both of them are Jedi Masters as Jedi Sentinels. They decided fell in love and stuff, got married in secret, and then later on they have a son named Kage Tatsuma. So basically, they had their marriage on Corellia, and then their son was born on Corellia. So basically, that's their home planet. So basically, that's Kage's home planet that he was born. Everything was going fine and dandy until the age of 5 that Kage lost his parents during a recon mission and was left alone. So basically, he was raised in the Jedi Temple after the loss of his parents, but no one knows about, Kage is the son of the two Jedi Masters until they learn about it later on after their death, that, yeah, the two Jedi did break the Jedi Code and break the rules, but they can't do nothing about it since they're gone. All they could do now is make sure Kage is basically raised and living here. So basically, Kage has been living his life. So, yeah. So basically, I don't want to go too more in depth to his origin, just give you guys a little bit of backstory of, when he was born, and mentioned about his parents. So he was the age of 5, so he's still at the Jedi Temple. So basically, ever since then, Kage was training in the ways of the Jedi, and he does have the potential to be the next Jedi Sentinel. And he showed a prodigy of a lightsaber duelist and a hand-to-hand combat specialist, because every single Jedi younglings must train of each single combat and hand-to-hand combat. So, ever since then, Jedi Sentinels are meant to be, well, mechanic, repair, scientists, well, not scientists, but know how to do hacking computers, dealing with computers, hacking, stealth, etc. So, Kage actually learned some of these as well when he was a kid. So, there's that. And sooner or later, he learns other lightsaber forms that he's learned from along with the Jedi younglings. And keep this in mind, this would probably take place before the events of the Phantom Menace. Because, keep this in mind, this is like before time goes by until the Phantom Menace goes around, where Kage at the age of 9. So basically, at the age of 5 towards 9, so 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically 4 years later, he was trained, and now he's the age of 9. basically training lightsaber duelists in combat and other things, being a Jedi Sentinel. So basically he does get to meet Anakin later after, well, he's first introduced to be part of the Jedi Order and the Jedi Council, since he's going to be trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi as the Padawan. So basically, Kage has been training along with Anakin and get to know a little bit about him, but not much. And Kage shows a great potential with the Force, good with telekinesis, Force push, learning, able to certain techniques along the way, I cannot say. And he does show one of the most rarest Force users they ever use a Force. Oh, let me rephrase that. He shows one of the most rarest Force abilities that any Jedi ever used, Force camouflage, which is perfect fitting for Kage's character and be more of a stealth and be more fitting for a Jedi Sentinel. So basically, Kage does become a Jedi Sentinel, where he actually got his lightsaber and a yellow kyber crystal that was passed down from his parents. So basically, he has one yellow kyber crystal, one of his parents, and he has an extra just in case if he lost his original lightsaber without his regular kyber crystal, he does have extra. So basically, Kage was trained of each lightsaber forms: Form 2 Makashi, Form 3 Surisu, Form 4 Ataru, and Form 7 Juyo, which is the only lightsaber form that only Mace Windu was able to master and not be corrupted by the dark side. But with Kage, it was easy. He was not fully corrupted by this form. So, yeah. So Kage is the youngest 9-year-old Jedi youngling was able to use Juyo without being corrupted by the dark side. The Jedi Council was kind of worried about this, but there was nothing, no effect. It's like, this is the first time. Even Mace Windu is shocked about this, even surprised and impressed by this. And Kage shows his potential to be a Jerkai duelist, so skillful of a two wielding lightsabers at once. So there's that. So he is skillful as well. But he does come across a young girl with a long ponytail hair, with a bit of a hair coming on the front of her face, which is Momo Yaoyorozu. They do talk and they get to know each other, but they don't hang around as much, etc. Until the day where that Master Shakti decided to take Momo Yaoyorozu as her Padawan learner. So basically, Kage and Momo have not seen each other quite a bit. Kage is still a youngling, still waiting for who willing to take Kage as a Padawan learner, so to speak. So until the age of 11, 2 years later, after the Phantom Menace, Kage will be the age of 11. So basically, this is what I'm going to do. I know in the thumbnail, you see Quinlan Vos. It's actually stated that I'm going to have Quinlan Vos to be Kage's master. The way to make this work is to have Ayla Secura be a Jedi Knight, even though she was a Padawan at first. But in this scenario, I'm gonna have her be a Jedi Knight early, since she's came a long way and became more experienced and become a most wiser Jedi. So she became a Jedi Knight earlier. So Quinlan Vos wants to take another apprentice to train a new Padawan learner. And this is where he decided to take Kage under his wing. So Quinlan Vos knows about Kage because, well, I forgot to mention this, that Quinlan Vos was the one who found Kage when he was age of 5 and found, well, Yoshikage and Ryoko Tatsuma die in the recon mission, see what has been going on, and yeah, so basically, Quinlan Vos was a really good friend to both of them, witnessing their death, and it's the right thing that Quinlan Vos should take Kage under his wing as his new Padawan. So basically, Kage is going to be trained underneath Quinlan Vos, training every single more fighting skills and hand-to-hand combat. This is where his other lightsaber forms comes into play by Quinlan Vos. Like I mentioned before, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 7, and also Jarkai. So basically he gets learning from all this from Quinlan Vos, but he's got more skillful and more understanding of the forms. And Quinlan Vos is very interested of Kage going on visible, going camouflage, which is very useful and very rare of Force ability these days. Plus, if Quinlan Vos have the prodigy of using the Force to touch any object, to look through the past and see the memory who wielded, then it will make sense that Kage will have the Force camouflage to be fitting. I mean, there was to be some time that Kage would use. This will happen later on in the story, I cannot say. So, everything was going well and dandy until, well, a new threat has emerged. An ancient dark Jedi awakes and free from his prison and now seeking revenge of the Jedi. And then this dark Jedi captured Aayla Secura, made her his puppet and make her as his apprentice. And this dark Jedi is Volvic Cargo. If I was saying that right, for Volvic Cargo. Fuck me. God damn it. Hold on. Okay, I said it right. It was Volvic Cargo. So yeah, after this was announced and an ancient dark Jedi is awakened, the Jedi Council see wonder who's going to deal with this, so they decided to send Quinlan Vos and few other Jedi to be part of the strike team, which is Master Thrawn and the other Jedi, I can't remember her name, which is literally a planned, or I can't remember her name, Master Thrawn, aka Quinlan Vos's master, and Kage Tatsuma, Quinlan Vos' apprentice, and he actually does learn a thing or two from Master Thrawn that he has learned from him, and learn more about Quinlan Vos, so to speak. So the mission to rescue Aayla Secura and deal with the ancient dark Jedi until he seeks his revenge. If you guys see the comic of Star Wars Darkness, you basically know what I'm talking about. So basically everything was going as well as dandy. Quinlan Vos does tell his Padawan to remain with Master Thrawn and not, go anywhere in their sight while he goes and rescue Aayla Secura and deal with Volvic Cargo. So basically it goes on like in the actual comic. Aayla Secura gets freed, Aayla Secura gets paralyzed, and we get the fight between Quinlan Vos and Volvic Cargo until Quinlan Vos gets electrocuted by lightning. And when Volvic Cargo said there is no one who can beat me or defeat me, there is no one who can, win. Until he gets impaled by a yellow lightsaber in the back. And the lightning stops. Quinlan Vos barely looks up and sees who caused it. Then the ancient dark Jedi falls and collapses dead. And see his Padawan killed a dark Jedi without even hesitation and with no emotion. Just calm and expression. And Quinlan Vos was both irritated, frustrated, and also grateful. But he doesn't know what he's feeling. But he was wondering how did he get there? How did he get here? Then he came to his mind, of course, camouflage. How did he forget? So Kage goes to his master, wondering if he's okay, if he's injured. And they both go and see Aayla Secura's arrive, that she's alive and just being paralyzed and unconscious right now. So basically, after Aayla Secura gets recovered, and after the mission was sent, after Quinlan Vos gets recovered, Kage gets scolded by Quinlan of his action and disobeyed his order, and also that he's proud and grateful that he saved his life, and also that he's glad that he didn't overcome the darkness for killing an ancient dark Jedi without any anger or hatred. So basically he is grateful and he chose him wisely to be his Padawan, even though it was forced to happen, because it was meant to happen anyway, because Quinlan Vos was interested to train Kage Tatsuma to be his Padawan. Over the next few years, Kage would be, at the age of 19, at the age of a truly Padawan learner, at a similar age of Anakin Skywalker, so to speak. So basically, Kage will be 19 right now, before Anakin does. So basically, he's month old. I would say like a month older than Anakin. So basically, he's already 19 in the beginning of the Attack of the Clones. Everything was going as well as canon. Nothing really changed special. Then, after the mission between Quinlan and Kage going on their mission, stealth mission, etc., Kage decided to understand about the Force, and he believes that the light side and dark side are just the Force, nothing more, nothing special. This is where he decided to believe that there's no one side or the other, there's only the Force. So basically, he decided to follow the will of the Force and think the Jedi should not get involved into politics or any potential war effort or anything like that. And he believed what he thinks is right by killing those who've gone too far or who just not want to go down fighting. Like, if they want to go down fighting, then they're going to end up dying. So that's what he's seeing. And hearing about Master Count Dooku, fall to the dark side and, well, left the Jedi Order. And he actually admires Count Dooku, but he understands why he left. But at the same time, he wished he could have known more. And yeah, Kage would notice something ain't right with the Senate and the Republic are being corrupted, and the Jedi are getting involved in politics, which that's not the way of the Jedi. We supposed to be peacekeepers, not soldiers, but we're getting involved into politics now. And after the mission, Kage does come across someone that he has never seen in a long time, and that is Momo Yaoyorozu, with her beautiful look and her hair and her outfit. Yeah, her outfit is kind of bit of a revealing of her skin and some other things. And of course, Momo Yaoyorozu is wielding two lightsabers, one long standard hilt and one Shoto lightsaber. Her lightsaber color is basically, well, I think it's like mango or something like that. It's like a combination between purple and pink, so I would say violent pink, so to speak. So let's just go with that. If you guys see the image of what I talked about in the community tab way back, you basically know what I'm talking about. So Kage is actually surprised to see Momo again. Momo actually recognized Kage. She tells him, "It's been a long time. Have you been?" And Kage is like, "It's good to see you again, Yaoyorozu. You got grown." And Momo's like, "Well, it wasn't easy to be trained by Master Shakti." Speaking of which, how was her training? It was interested, but can be a bit of a tense. But I learned some things from her, learned to have patience, and she's actually a good master, and can be a good mother figure, so to speak, but we don't get that in our way. How about you? I heard you were trained by Quinlan Vos. Yeah, he can be a handful. Someone's got to put him in line. Plus, his training was kind of brutal, honestly. I guess you heard about way back that we deal with Ancient Dark Jedi? Yeah, I heard. It's kind of intense. And I heard you actually kill him without any emotion? Well, it was the only way. I mean, we cannot keep him alive. He was going to cause trouble with the Jedi Order. So, and I guess you're already unaware about Count Dooku and someone trying to assassinate Senator Amidala. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that Master Kenobi and his Padawan Anakin Skywalker were assigned to protect Senator Amidala. I see. I haven't seen Skywalker in a long time since we were young. Damn. Things has changed, have they? Indeed. It really has. When you're heading, Master Qui-Gon, not Master Qui-Gon, oh, I said, well, Master Quinlan is about to give his report to the Jedi Council. I was told to have the rest of the day to get some rest. What about you? Same. Master Shakti was about to do the same thing to give her full reports as well. I was about to go get some grubs. You want to join? Sure. We need to catch up anyway. So basically, Kage and Momo decided to catch things up and talk about their mission, so to speak. And Kage actually tells her that Kage has been unlocking and using newfound Force abilities besides the Force camouflage. Him being a Jedi Sentinel, he has free right to use Force Choke and any dark side abilities. So basically, Momo was kind of skepticism about well, using dark side ability, but she cannot say anything or go against it because Jedi Sentinels basically are allowed to use any dark side abilities as they see, like Force Choke, Force Repulse, Force Stun, and also Force Lightning if he wanted to. I mean, for fuck's sake, if Quinlan Vaughn was able to use Force Lightning, why not Kage? So, bite me! So yeah, so basically went on the dangerous mission, able to try to figure out what Dooku was planning, deal with another fallen Jedi, Sora Bulk, and, well, kind of deal with a human that was a spy for Quinlan Voss. So, basically, aka, well, you can see the thumbnail, Catherine, I think his name Catherine Hintz, which you do get to see her again later on as Quinlan Voss' love interest, so to speak. So, basically, yeah, that's kind of happened, sort of there. So, Momo was actually impressed how things turned out between him and Quinlan Voss, and it became so intense. So, basically, nothing going on at the moment. So, right now, they're just going to be staying in the Jedi Temple for a bit. Everyone was going to find Danny until they're starting to have this kind of feeling to each other. There's something that they shouldn't, but they started to, let's just wait. When everything goes down, etc. So basically, Momo decided to go to the Jedi Archives to basically, want to do something to pass the time. Kage, on the other hand, he wants to modify his lightsaber real quick because he noticed something ain't right. So he decided to upgrade his lightsaber hilt, which is, if you guys seen the lightsaber hilt from the Ultimate Sith Edition from The Force Unleashed, the Lord Starkiller's lightsaber hilt, yeah, that's the one. That's his lightsaber hilt, which I just love the hilt design. So it was fitting for him. And yes, in Cage's Jedi outfit is the one you see in the thumbnail. That's basically his outfit that I'm choosing. And there will be some other The Force Unleashed outfit that Kage would wear in the future. I might get that commission, so be on lookout for that. So basically, Kage decided to, after he modified, he wants to do some training and sparring with his saber skills and do some little sparring with few of the temple guards that he actually became really close and bond with, to be good friends with. And basically, the Jedi Temple became a lot more aggressive, which Kage very interested. So Kage has been sparring with a temple guard to get his saber skills in sharp, skilled as ever with his hand-to-hand combat, and trying to get back into, doing a Jarkai. He hasn't done Jarkai for a bit, and he's thinking that he should have a 2 lightsaber, like an extra lightsaber to his hilt, to have a backup, but he's thinking about that, but he's going to keep that in mind. So, yeah. So basically, everything was going fine and Denny until later on at night. Well, Kage was about to head down to his quarters until he hears someone singing. A calm, surreal, peaceful singing. Kage back up and sees Momo singing and looking into the night sky, singing a lullaby. And I'm going to have the link in the video down below the description box by Concordia Jedi of, Takai singing a lullaby. So, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's the one. So, after Kage hearing her beautiful singing, Kage felt his heart skip a beat. Now, he never felt this feeling. It's like seeing how beautiful she is, the wind blowing her hair, her eyes illuminating the night sky. Kage can't help it how beautiful she is, how far they both have grown. So Kage to snap out of it and go straight to his quarters and call it a night. Let's just say the time goes by, everything was going fine and dandy until, the Geonosius starts. The attack of the Geonosius, the Jedis are rescuing Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. And before all that, Kage was wondering what is going on. where are all the Jedi Masters and the Knights? So Momo tells Kage that all the Jedi Masters and Knights, even the Council members, are headed to Geonosia. Oh my god, I can't say that word. Geonosius, there you go. I can't remember the name. Said they're going to have to go rescue Obi-Wan, Master Kenobi, and Anakin Skywalker, and Senator Amidala, and they found where Count Dooku is at, and the bounty hunter that was sent to assassinate Amidala. So basically, they have to stay put until they return, and then the clone army arrive to assist the Jedis in Geonosius, which starts the Battle of Geonosius like in canon. The battle between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Yoda facing off Dooku like in canon in the movie. Everything goes as well until the Clone War has begun. As Yoda stated, begun the Clone War has. Meanwhile, at the outside of the Jedi Temple in the front porch, in the front step, Momo approached to Kage that she says, "So you out here too?" And Kage was like, "Yeah, same. You too?" "Yeah. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. We're really going to war." "Yeah. I think Dooku is right about one thing. I think the Jedi really lost their way. All we could do now is faith in the Force. There is no death, there is the Force. There is no light, there is no dark. There is only the Force." And Momo understands where he's coming from, and can't believe that he could be so calm, but she could tell that he doesn't want this. He never wanted this. Not to her, not that anybody wanted this. So Momo takes a deep breath, calm, and tells Kage that she wants to tell him how she feels about him. So then basically, she tells her that it's not the way of the Jedi and we should not feel this attachment. But Kage tells her that it's alright to have these feelings. It's alright to fall in love. I felt the same way about you too. And Momo was shocked to hear this. And then Kage goes on like, the Jedi Council may not allow it because they're afraid to accept attachment and love. Love is also positive. Love is part of the light side of the Force, not the dark side. We just gotta learn to not let it consume us. I may not trust the Council. I may have my view against the Council. It's just their rules and their arrogance will be their downfall, and they do not see it. And Momo was like, "So you're willing to give us a try?" "Yes, I'm willing to give us a try. If you want to, that is." Momo reached her hand to touch Kage's cheeks, and Momo smiles, and she said, "Yes, I will like that." And then them two embrace and have their first ever kiss in the sunlight, in the evening sky. And that is where I'm going to end this part here. This is part 1 of What If Kage Tatsuma was in Star Wars. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Tell me what you guys think. I know there's kind of a little bit of rush here and there, but it's more like go into the discussion of how those will play out. Then we're going to go straight to the Clone Wars and the Nightfall, which that would be part 2. Part 3 would be the, well, you guys know, the Rise of the Empire, or the Dark Time, something like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my channel, my social media will be down below in the description box. You guys know the drill. If you guys want to donate to support the channel, links to my Cash App and my PayPal will be down below in the description box and in my bio if you guys want to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias, and I'll see you guys later.